Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Angels Don't Lie. I'm your host, Jeanne Street. It is so nice to see you all tonight and to be hanging out with you this beautiful summer evening. It is August 6th and Tuesday, and here we go. Casey, hit the music.
What you don't understand, you shouldn't fear. Oh, there's some things you just can't explain. The cross on her arm is a proof. When she smiles at you, she'll say, angels don't lie. Angels don't lie.
So the Angels Don't Lie song that we just listened to is written by me, performed by Lucky Gambino. And Lucky and I actually, I gave her the words and she refigured them into this beautiful song. So it's a combination of love and two efforts from powerful women. And I hope that you enjoyed it and you remember that angels don't lie. So I want to welcome you here. Tonight we're going to talk all about the use of daily devotionals, why it's important, what you can do with them, and how they really can transform your life. And the cool thing I want to talk to you about too is the use of not only the devotional, which is, let's talk about that. What is a devotional? A devotional, got to slow it down, Jeanne. A devotional is a prayer. It's an intention that we're talking with God, and it's a remembrance of the words that have been given to us. So a devotional can come from a religious book, such as the Bible. It can come from something as from the Course in Miracles or another holy book that you are feeling drawn to, or wherever that is for you. And the devotional is just the short wording of how you're going to stay in that alignment. And when we use a devotional along with our journaling, pen to paper, I talk about this all the time. When we're putting our pen to the paper, it's when we can really communicate with the heavenly realm, with the divine, with our departed loved ones, and we can have that experience become part of our daily life. So the biggest problem for us is that we feel a separation to the departed loved ones. We feel separation even to God or to the angels, as if they're outside and there is no connection. It's because we have this very physical experience, right? This is a pillow, right? This is a painting. This is my microphone. I'm talking on the computer. We're very physical beings. So for us, sorry, my computer is acting up. So for us to have this experience with a soul in an energetic way, it's not common for us to just lean into it and to feel it, right? So if we use a devotional, we're calling on our faith. We're calling in the belief, right? If we believe, then it becomes the reality. This is why my new book is called Believe, Angels Don't Lie. Believe, Angels Don't Lie. A heavenly view for moving through our lives, a heavenly view to working with our truth, a heavenly view for our life path. Because when we believe, when we have the faith, all the possibilities open up. The internal dialogue changes. The internal atmosphere of our being changes. And that's the most important part. We spend most of our time looking outward for answers, for guidance, for the physical. We want the physical, like everything's going to be okay, right? We have very physical experiences where our car might break down, or we might lose a job, or somebody's passed away, or somebody's ill. These are physical experiences. So how do we go to prayer and have faith support us when we want just to be held? We want a physical knowing that we're going to be okay. God has created lots of tools for us. The tool of putting pen to paper is a really important tool. This allows us to free write. This allows us to have the experience of release, right? To release. I love this. I heard this one, I don't even know who it was, say it, set it and forget it. And I loved it because is something that really connected with me. And I'm so sorry I don't remember who it was that said it on one of the tutorials. But it was like, you say it, you give this prayer, you said it, and then you forget it. You walk away. You stop worrying. You stop giving the negativity of it energy, right? Because if we worry, if we obsess, if we stay in the craziness of the energy, well, that's what we're perpetuating out. That's what keeps coming forward in our life, because that's the internal dialogue that we have going on, right? Thoughts become things. Our being on the inside becomes the life that we live. Right? The being on the inside that becomes the life that we live. So if we want to stop the chaos and we want to have this alignment with love, we want to have this experience on a new level, we can have these things happen to us, such as losing a job or getting a divorce or maybe losing our home. I mean, really big things that can happen to us, but we don't have to experience the low vibe of it. We can experience the love in it. We have the choice of seeing, where can God bring me in here? Where can I learn from this experience? Where can I show up differently? Where can I support another if they're ill? How can I let their illness not be about me, but about how I can shift and help them? How can I be of service if my best friend is losing her job and their house, and what can I do to show up differently for her? Right? How can I pray for her? And so we have these experiences in our journal, and with our daily devotional, we're reminded where love is available to us in terms of what we're thinking, in terms of what we have going on. So I'm going to share one devotional with you, and it's coming from my Manifesting Miracles workbook that I'm going to be giving out. I'm going to be giving out at my event on August 15th. So next Thursday, no, it's the 2 weeks. I'm doing an event. Oh, is it next week? Whatever. It's on the 15th. I'm totally losing track of time. So I'm doing this beautiful event of how you can connect with your angels, how you can connect with your team of light. Why is this important? Before I give you this devotional, working with our team of light and getting into that groove of believing will automatically shift our life into a positive. So when we go to make decisions, when we go to move through our challenges, we don't have to look outside for answers. We don't have to look outside of our being for the answers. We can trust that the answers are being drawn in through us, right? The answers are in us. They don't come on the outside. Our angels our guides, our loved ones, they speak through our energy centers. And you all have energy centers, right? We're this really cool energetic being, right? And so when we start to tap into this resource of infinite energy that we can draw in freely, openly, just really with ease, our inner being just shifts and changes. We begin to vibrate to a whole new level. We start to elevate our energy. And it's such a really beautiful thing, because this is higher consciousness. This is divine wisdom, your divine truth, who you are as a soul, right? The things that you always long for, they easily start to magnify and become part of your being, right? You don't have to hide from them anymore. So let me give you an example, because I think that we lead by example and we share our light with others, and it's the best way we know how to illuminate a lesson that we can all learn from. So yesterday I was working with my girlfriend who is a writing coach with me. And so she worked with me because I'm dyslexic. And so in writing a book, this is a very big challenge for anybody that has dyslexia, because you reverse your sentences. Not only do I reverse my sentences, the way the whole meaning goes changes. So, you're talking about a book that has, 55,000 words in it. So that's a lot of words to go through and to rearrange and to work through. So what we're doing now is called the galley edit. You get this back from the publisher, and you have to go through and check and make sure there's any changes that need to be made in formatting, in context, in grammar, like all of that has to go through. So as we're sitting there, she is saying, first, let me tell you, I love this book, how much it's resonating with me, what you poured into this book. She's just sharing like all this great, praise for the work. And, this is divine channeled work. So it's just, I'm so honored and happy to be able to do it. And I couldn't do it without her as well. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful. And she said, and I'm really happy that we can have this conversation now, because when we did the last book, you weren't so open to receive. And I said, I know, you're right. When I did The Goddess You, I struggled with my confidence. I was struggling completely with criticism. Right. This is a vulnerable point, is to be criticized when you pour yourself into a project, such as writing a book or artwork. I don't know if you guys are cooking or anything that you pour yourself into, and then to have a criticism come to you, it can really wreck your heart, especially if you have some trauma attached to it. So this criticism back then was like a knife in me. And I was like, how could you do that? How could you rip me apart? It was such a personal experience. And so I really fought her on making changes. I really struggled to defend my words. And what I've learned is that criticism wasn't meant as a punishment to me. That criticism was meant to help rearrange the book in a way that could be really received on a high vibe, and that the meaning was there that I was intending. So I was really open when we started, communicating about this new book. And when I gave her the manuscript the first time, all written out, and when I write, it's just like I free fall. So it's like, boom, I've got the first chapter, now I've got 5 chapters and I'm just going. She's like, where does that all come from? How did you do that? I can just, belt it all out. It's the rearranging of it that takes time. It's the rearranging of the words so it does make sense, so it can be absorbed. So she said, I just appreciate that we can have this conversation and that you're not taking it so personal. And because it really hurt her feelings. It really was something that caused her pain, the experience that we had went through, because I was stubborn and defensive and I was pushing her away. And now I'm embracing, now I'm like thankful, now I'm grateful, because I realized, I've learned, and I've healed what wasn't serving me. It wasn't serving me to be that stubborn, crazy girl. It wasn't serving me. It wasn't serving you as the reader, right? You couldn't get the most out of it. And so with her help, with any project, you need help and anything that's worth or a value of putting out into the world, you need support, right? I couldn't do it without you guys tuning in, without you guys loving, without you guys buying the book, without you guys understanding that the message is much bigger than me. The message is much bigger than me. It's a gift from God, right? So when I share a loved one from the other side, when I give that message, there's a part of me that's so grateful and thankful. One, that I've been given this gift by God and allowed the platform in which to share it. You guys show up, you openly receive it, you're grateful for it, you value that this is a healing tone coming through. You know that this can change your life if you receive it. Even if it's not directly for you, you're receiving that message because one of your loved ones is sending you love from the other side and is piggybacking on that one person to say, hey, you need to hear this. Right? We need to hear it. We need to be validated. We need to be loved. It's so groovy, so groovy. I'm going off on a tangent. So listen, at this workshop I'm going to be having on the 15th, I'm going to, the outline for it is freaking phenomenal. Phenomenal. So I do hope that you show up because it's going to be amazing. You're going to leave with tools from the Goddess You and some new things from Angels Don't Lie. So you're going to have the best of both worlds. We're going to bring it together, and you're going to walk away with how you can communicate with your angelic team, how you can use your gifts, your senses, your intuition, and a clear guidepost to working with the mantras and working with manifesting the miracles into your life. And what could be better than that? Seriously, because we want to have this be a high vibe life. You get one life, so you might as well, freaking love it. Okay, so here you go. Where am I going to go? Whoop, whoop. So let me share with you one devotional that you can use, one prayer devotional. And let me see, I'm going to take it from here. And so this one is around healing fear, because the biggest challenge that we all have is that we are in a survival mode. We are trying to survive our own pain and our own thoughts and our own self, right? So we're self-centered. So healing that fear so we can thrive. So instead of surviving, you're going to be thriving. Does that sound good? Who wants to be thriving? Who wants to be thriving in their life, right? I think everybody does. So this particular day, I'm just picking a random one for you. It says, even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will feel no, I've got to start over. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil. For you with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. This comes from the Psalms 23:4. Even though I walk through the darkest of valley, even though you're in pain, the darkest of the valley is the crevices of pain. It's the situation. It's whatever is happening in your life. So that dark point, that dark moment, I will fear no evil. I will fear no evil. I will not fear this event. I will not fear the level in which it's coming to me, for you are with me. For I know God is always with me. I know He's holding me. He's supporting me. He's helping me through this. And it is hard, but He's helping me through. Your rod, your staff, your love, your unconditional love is supporting me. They comfort me. They're holding me. They're embracing me. Though you might feel misunderstood, and though your pain might cause you to defend yourself, like mine did, how can you allow God to come in? How can you allow love to support you and to heal that? So, guys, I could have stayed in the same being as I was when I wrote The Goddess You. I could have been so defensive with my friend who was helping me, who I've hired and I'm paying well because I love her and I appreciate her. And I could have been like, no. But it wasn't going to serve me to be doing that. I learned that God had me. I learned it was okay and I was safe to accept her words. They weren't knives. They weren't meant to hurt me. They were meant to help me. So how can you use this today? How can you use it to change your life or your perception. Okay. So let's close with a mantra, because I love prayer, I love journaling, and I love mantras. And a mantra is something that I want you to go ahead and write down on a sticky note. This is your homework. I'd love to give the homework, so here you go. Your homework is to write this on a sticky note and place it on, your mirror, place it on your computer, write the same one all over the place. So that way you remember it and work with it for a week. So it begins to integrate and becomes one with your thoughts and shifts you. And you'll know it when you're ready, because all of a sudden it'll be a no-brainer. You'll be like, oh yes, this is what I'm going to do. So your mantra for this week is, I change my attitude with gratitude. I openly change my attitude with gratitude. I am grateful and thankful for this hard thing that I'm going for. And then all of a sudden, love will come in. All of a sudden, love will come in. Beautiful. Well, listen, I'd love to hang out with you more. Come join me on social media. I'm on Facebook, 7:30s in the morning for the next 2 weeks. I'm going to say goodbye after that. But it's a beautiful daily devotional I've been doing. 7:30 in the morning, lots of fun. Come hang out. It's short and sweet. Join the Angels Don't Lie group. Come on over to my website, Jeanne@JeannieStreet.com. I've got a free meditation over there for you. And all of my events and all of my offerings, maybe you need a reading, maybe a spiritual coaching session would help you get from that surviving to thriving. And maybe you're ready for that. So I'd love to support you. I'd love to be able to help and guide you to using the tools that you have, your gifts, your offerings for the world, and help to illuminate and let go of the stress. Let's see what your loved ones and your guides and angels have to say for you. I hope you have a most blessed day, and thank you so much for tuning in. And I know what I know, because angels don't lie. Bye-bye, guys.
Angels